what I'm trying to do is not only really promote Love is Louder, which for me is an amazing organisation that it helps people who haven't, well, who can't really find their voice, or they don't really know how to use their voice. And I say people because it's not just children, it's adults who were obviously once children. And obviously experiences can stay with someone for their whole life. So, yeah, no, as I was saying, that it encourages people to find their voice and to use their voice to overcome their insecurities or just any pain that they've experienced in the past that no one has helped them with. And I know that I'm not, obviously, an official member of Love is Louder. I'm just a girl who wants to help. And if this is how I can help people, then for me, I find that it's worth it. Yeah, so I thought this video I would try and maybe give some advice to people who, as I said, may need advice and they don't know maybe who to turn to, they don't know anyone who will listen. So it's just really to say that I'm here and I'll listen. I always listen. Yeah, so there's not really a specific direction that I'm going with the video, so I really just try and sort of go with the flow. And I'll start in a place that I find is quite relevant for me, and I suppose everyone's had experiences with this. So, you know, everyone has bad days, days where you just want to hide yourself away from the world, you know, your friends, your family, and you just want to forget about everything, anything, everyone, you know, everyone who's hurt you. And, you know, people have these bad days. I have these bad days. And, you know, when people try to help you, you get defensive because, you know, you're human and it's a human reaction to try and protect yourself from further hurt. But, you know, things like that, you unintentionally hurt someone by doing that, and, you know, there's not really much you can do at the time, because all you want to do is close yourself off, or close yourself away, you know, lock up any bad thought, push everything away from you, everyone away from you, but that doesn't do any good. And for me especially, I find it very difficult to open up to people, and feelings build up for me, and I don't really talk to many people. I've got my best friends, but sometimes I don't want to burden them, you know, with my problems, and you know, it's difficult, and it's like when someone asks you how you are, and your automatic response is, I'm fine. Well, not necessarily using the word fine, because it's this universal code that the word fine means you're not fine, which is how a lot of people can see through that, which is another piece of advice to you. But you look them in the eye and you try and convey every little bit of positivity that you feel left, you know, and you try and convey that everything's fine, but deep down you know it's not. But the last thing you want is to try and, you know, bring someone into your world and have them see what you see, because the last thing you want is, as I said, someone, you don't want to hurt someone, basically. And yeah, it doesn't work, and you try everything in your power to keep people away from you, because you just don't want, you do want their help, but you don't want them to know you want their help. It's sort of like this inner cry for help that you want someone to hear, but they don't always hear, and you don't quite know how to tell someone that. So yeah, I mean, what helps me on my bad days, I suppose you might be asking. And who knows, maybe what helps me on my bad days may help you with yours. In all honesty, if there's one thing that I could advise you to do, and it may sound silly, but even, looking up on the internet, inspirational quotes, whether it's inspirational quotes from philosophers, TV programs, movies, celebrities, anyone. And it does actually help, because you can apply them to how you feel, and you can apply them to your situation. And it's sort of like a guideline that you can follow to, I suppose, the road of recovery, if that makes sense. Yes, because what inspirational quotes are supposed to do, as it's self-explanatory, it's supposed to be inspiration for you. It's supposed to give you hope that not everything is going to turn out the way you think it might. Because you see, if life is anything, it's unpredictable. Anything can happen, and you're not always prepared for it. And nothing can prepare you for what life throws at you. You just have to take it as it comes and use it to your advantage. And, I mean, for me, I have my own inspirational quotes, if I'm completely honest, and these are quotes I keep very close to my heart. And if I ever have, whether it's friends or even just someone I've never met before, and I can see that they need a little bit of help, then I will use the quotes, and, a lot of the time it helps. And as I said, I keep them very close to my heart, because on my bad days, I need hope. I don't lose it. That's the one thing I try very hard not to do. I try not to lose hope. But, sometimes it's very difficult, and, that's why I recommend it. Because, I mean, I'll tell you some of my quotes, actually. And in fact, a lot of my quotes come from one of the TV series that I absolutely adore, which is American, and it's called Castle. If you haven't heard of it, I highly recommend it. It's amazing. And in fact, one of the characters, Detective Kate Beckett, actually inspires me, and I could do many, many videos about how she's inspired me, and she's actually changed the way I see things in my life. And I would love to be able to follow her footsteps, but that's a different story. But the one quote I actually keep very close to my heart, and it's actually my lock screen on my phone. It's, even on the worst days, there's a possibility of joy. And that quote is just simply amazing for me, because if anything, it's telling you that, every cloud has got a silver lining. Every bad situation, you can find something good out of it. It may not be obvious, it may not be easy, but you're never to lose hope. And for me, I look at the quote actually every morning. I've actually got it written on my wall behind me, which you probably can't see. First thing I see when I wake up, and it's just amazing. And I suppose basically the thing you can take out of this is, no matter what situation you're going through, no matter how bad it looks, something, anything, anyone can make it better for you. You just have to believe that you're not at the bottom yet, and it's not even a yet. That something can bring you up. Something can make you feel better. And as I said, it's not easy. And, you know, there are some situations where you feel that is impossible. But I'm telling you, it's not. You just have to never lose that hope, never lose that faith that even on the worst days, there's a possibility for joy.